Hello, good morning, and welcome back to Saturday Somm-Things, the legendary epic no snow apocalypse of 2021. We had so many people this week coming in loading up for the storm, and we thought we would do wines this week that would kind of be the big, bold, red wines to pair with your comfort food that you make in weather like this. So we were thinking about chili and cassoulet and crock pots, and everybody's into those like slow cookers for like 8 hours or so. And Mats, obviously the culinary professional of the two of us, lots of cooking ideas. So we picked out a couple of different wines. These will always be your safe go-to winter weather wines for sure. We went with a Châteauneuf du Pape coming from the Rhone Valley in France. We have a Malbec from Argentina, and then we also have a good old Napa Valley Cabernet Sauvignon. So all pretty big, bold wines. Definitely great with food, but certainly if you had the opportunity to snuggle up with your boo by the fireside and just watch the snowflakes gently come down, these would work for that too. So I'm a little bummed about the snow. How about you?
I'm not.
You're not?
I'm ready for spring.
I wanted the snow because I wanted to dress you up like Bernie today.
Okay.
And have you with your hat and your gloves. We didn't get to do that, so.
Not gonna happen.
No, probably never, right?
We don't know.
Okay.
Predicting the snow is like predicting your future. It may or may not happen. But we have some great ideas for food nonetheless.
That got a little deep and weird for a second. Alright, well, going into the Châteauneuf du Pape. So this one is Chateau Bon Pape, and Châteauneuf du Pape coming from the Rhone. And the northern Rhone is kind of like a narrower valley, famous for this really intense Mistral wind that comes down from the north. Keeps everything cool. It's so rough that they actually stake some of the vines into the ground so they don't get whipped out by this wind. And then when the valley spreads out for the southern Rhone, then it gets a lot flatter, a lot more open, and it has all this wonderful Mediterranean air coming in. And a lot of times they describe these wines as having this garrigue element, so kind of thinking of all savory like lavender, rosemary, all these wonderful cooking herbs. So automatically this is a great region for having things that grow together, go together. Bon Pape to a Châteauneuf du Pape. This one is a little higher price point, and it is typically, like most of the southern Rhone wines, will be a blend of Grenache and Syrah and Mourvedre. There are other wines that will include like all 13 permitted grapes in there. I keep trying to study them. I can't always remember them all, but for the most part they're GSM plants. What do you think?
I think it is beautiful. I tasted this earlier. It's very rustic, very old world, with new world flavors. The balance is just beautiful, and we have this on sale at Argentina. It's usually $59.99, but today it's $34.99 and will be on sale until we actually run out. And this would be a perfect wine with the cassoulet, because you can taste the cocoa and the mocha and the herbaceousness of the grapes, and it's just beautifully balanced.
I always get a lot of like red raspberry from Grenache. Grenache is such a pretty grape. And then Syrah adds like a lot of black pepper to it. Mourvedre is a really thick-skinned grape that just adds a little bit more kind of structure and backbone to it. The wines age beautifully well too. And if you ever are looking for you get to the wine shop and you run out of money and you can't afford the Châteauneuf du Pape, a lot of the Côte du Rhône from the same producer, so actually be a really cost-effective substitution, shall we say. So if you're ever looking at that, or if you've got a producer or something like Chateau Leneurth, they have a higher end Châteauneuf du Pape, but then they also have their Les Cassagne Côte du Rhône, which is a great value wine, give you a hint of all the reasons that you would pair that with. I like it.
What else would you eat with this?
Definitely stick with cassoulets, any kind of like stew, and even you can kind of play with some of those southern French wines, like Burgundy dishes, so like coq au vin as well. So I think would work.
Boeuf bourguignon. Boeuf bourguignon. That would be
You gotta
beautiful.
say it like Julia.
It's a big, powerful, elegant wine, more so than a Burgundy. And so I think it would just add another dimension and another layer to what you're cooking.
You're being so serious today. You're not letting me play at all.
Okay, go ahead.
No, it's fine. Okay. So going into the Malbec next. Malbec from Argentina. I like how well this grape does in the store. I think a lot of people rely on it because it's very approachable, very friendly. Lots of different styles. I want to point out on this one, so this is Mendoza Vineyards Malbec, and it's got that really heavy bottle to it. I have poured wines from bottles that heavy because I thought they still had wine in them, and they didn't. So you stand there pouring the wine at the table, and nothing comes out, and it's really humiliating. So now I've gotten better at learning the weight on a bottle. What do you think on Malbecs? What would you typically pair them with?
I would do any type of cold weather chili. Chili con carne, green chili with extra hatch chilies, something that would even pair up to a good chuck wagon chili, extra spicy, because this is just an amazing wine for a very affordable price. It's usually $29.99, but at Argonaut, rated 92 points, we have it on sale for $18.99.
That's a bargain.
It is.
Malbecs I like too. I think one of the reasons they're so approachable is that the fruit profiles on these tend to be concentrated on blueberry, a little bit of mocha and cinnamon. When I've ever been doing blind tastings, that my giveaway for Malbec would be first the color, because it's always bright purple, but then it'll also have it kind of is like a Starbucks blueberry muffin with a little bit of a sprinkle of streusel sugary element on top.
It has nice notes of red currants and black currants. Like you said, cinnamon, mocha. It's beautiful. It goes down so smoothly.
It does.
And for a wine of this quality for under $20, can't beat it.
Yeah.
It's just elegant.
Yeah, I love it. And it's aged, I think, like 17 months in New French oak. So you'll see the price difference on a lot of Malbecs. They will range from something like $7 all the way up to $35, $40 for some of the best ones. And a lot of that is compensating for the investment in high quality French oak. And then also a lot of investment from French producers that also agree with these being like a really strong potential region for producing wines. All right. Now to the last one. This is your country. This is your big, bold Napa Cab.
This is the Gate Napa Valley Cab Reserve, which is stunning. You get such big, bold fruit that is just soft and dynamic, with chocolate-covered cherries, almond bark, toasted hazelnuts, and more mocha. It's just insanely good. And what's nice, this is usually a $39.99 bottle of wine, and we have it for $23.99. And you can't really get a good Napa Cab for under $30, $40. What's nice about this, it's not over oaked, it's not overpriced.
Definitely, this one too comes from vineyards that are about 1,200 feet elevation. So whenever you're looking for something from Napa that has a little more complexity to it, that hillside fruit with better drainage, better sun exposure, is always going to reward you with a little bit more complexity to the wine. Some of those valley fertile floors is just about abundance of crop, abundance of flavor, and tasty, but not nearly quite as interesting. So any of these wines that are coming from the Baca Mountains, Stagsley, Mount Beater, and those higher elevations are a great place to get some really, really good, interesting wines.
And I would definitely pair this with an all-day pot roast, something in the crock pot for 8 hours would be great. A barbacoa.
What's a barbacoa?
Barbacoa is a Spanish pull-apart, like beef pot roast or steak that you can put on tortillas or brioche buns that just makes you want more. It's mouth-watering, it's spicy, it's perfect.
I love it. So if you were planning to stay home all weekend because of the snow and then you realized that it didn't happen, there's still time to come to the store, pick these up. There's also time to swing by the grocery store, get everything you need to cook. It's early enough that you can do your 8-hour cooking and then be sitting in front of the fireplace, eating, drinking with your boo before the storm hits.
And all of these, not to interrupt you, but all of these are on sale and available in front of Register 7. So come on down, because you can't beat these wines.
Awesome.
Okay?
Good tasting. I like these a lot. Alright, so if you like the wines, like the tasting, like hearing Mats and I talk about things, subscribe to the YouTube channel and you won't miss any of the other videos that we do. Educational, informative, and fun. That's the intention. And tasty.
And tasty.
Yes. Alright, well cheers, have a great week, stay safe, stay warm.
Cheers.
Take care of each other.
Okay.
Cheers, boo.